Hi, we from Group 3 will be demonstrating breeding techniques for carp fish. First, I will introduce how to identify the sex of the fish. The different male, and the female is the size and abdomen. The male is currently smaller than female, and then the male also have abdomen, but not like female. The female more bulging, elastic, and soft. Female also have small amount of eggs from the ovary with a small pressure, but also for maturity.
Natural spawning. Carp may bring forth over time in tropical zones of India, with stops in January until March and July until August. Reproducing is done in hapas, concrete tanks or little lakes. Lower sea-going plants are utilized as foundation for egg laying. At the point when the fry are 4 to 5 days old, they are supplied into nursery lakes, while induced spawning means for legitimate treatment of common carp eggs, it is important to eliminate the sticky substance, which makes the eggs tacky. For this, an answer was made with water, to which 0.3% of urea and 0.4% of sodium chloride were added. At that point, males were blended in with egg by a winged animal crew for 2 minutes, then transferred to the brooding containers. The treated eggs were incubated following 42 to 48 hours. Thank you.
Hormone injection. Female carp that have eggs in a sufficiently advanced stage of development for successful hormone-induced spawning should be injected as soon as possible. Any delay in injecting the brood carp greatly diminishes the chance for a successful spawn. So there are 5 types of common hormones, which are GnRH, HCG, pituitary extract, ovaprene, and ovotype. The best method for induced breeding is ovaprene. Ovaprene is used as a spawning aid to induce ovulation and spermation properly in conditioned brood carp. Where do we inject it? There are 2 common places to inject hormones in the fish. Firstly, an intraperitoneal injection is given through the ventral part of the fish behind either the pelvic or the pectoral fin. The second one is intramuscular injections. These injections are commonly done on the dorsal part of a fish above the lateral line and below the anterior part of the dorsal fin. In either case, it is important to place the needle so that it slides under the scale rather than through it. There are 2 dosage levels, which are preparatory dose and final dose, with a time gap of 6 to 7 hours between the 2 injections. The preparatory dose brings the carp to the brink of spawning, and the final dose induces ovulation.
The fish was injected by hormone injection and had been released for 6 hours. Make sure the container is dry.
Sperms and eggs should be mixed under dry condition using plastic spoon or dry feather. Now, I will be using the chocolate Cocoa Crunch to replace the eggs and the white Cocoa Crunch to replace the sperms. For fertilization of non-sticky eggs like Chinese and Indian carps, add water and stir it continuously and gently. As for fertilization of sticky eggs, add suspension milk powder. Stir the eggs gently for 1.5 hours to 2 hours until stickiness of eggs is completely eliminated.
Hi, for fish egg incubation, usually the color is orange and shiny. Then after that, we need to use some strands of plastic weighted at the bottom instead of wheat for common spawning carp. Then after the fish has spawned, we need to transfer the wheat or plastic with the egg attached to it into other tank. Should not more or less than 50,000 eggs. That's all.
Fry has some yolk at the beginning of this period, though they are ready to prey small zooplankton organisms. Best food organisms for newly hatched fry are the big-sized protozoans and retifers. Instead of keeping them in hatcheries in overcrowded conditions, it is strongly recommended to stock fry as soon as possible in well-prepared ponds. In such a case, yolk of hard-boiled chicken egg is used for feeding larvae in hatcheries. Moreover, overfeeding must be avoided because bacterial decomposition of egg yolk will destroy water quality.